Gonna let some people join in here. Okay. All right, looks like we are live, and we are going to give it just a couple minutes before we get started and let some people join in here.
Are we allowed to speak?
Well, I guess we are now. No, don't speak. Don't speak. Wait. Let's make it awkward as possible.
There's that song, though.
I was thinking the same thing.
What if we all just like broke out into song, and so when people came in, we were just all singing along to a song?
What song are we doing? Let's do it.
Oh man, I don't know.
Gwen Stefani, come on.
Don't speak. Yeah.
Don't speak.
A-N-A-N-A.
All right. Well, now that we have made this completely awkward, we're going to get started. Welcome to Edit Wars, Part 2. This is a game show where the points are made up and the score doesn't matter. Today we have an amazing group of photographers here with us, and then we have some guy named Pi, Yersa, something like that. They're going to be editing images that you all submitted within the group in a timed battle to see who's going to take the crown as the fan favorite editor. So you guys are going to have to drop some matter. Who's keeping track of the points? I'm going to let them determine who's the best. And it's probably not going to be you, so you don't have to worry about it.
Damn it.
I've got 2 microphones for some reason. I don't know why. I'm going to put that down. So let's take a look and see who we have here. So I'm going to unspotlight my video here and look at this lovely group that we have here. We've got Jason Vinson. We've got that guy, Pi. We've got Josh from Josh and Tree. We've got Ray. We've got Tanya Parada. We've got Sitlali Rico. Say hey, everybody. Unmute yourselves.
Hello.
Hey.
Josh, you're still muted.
Yeah, you're still muted. Say hello.
Hello.
Hey, listen, guys. Be sure to give them a follow. The Instagram handles, as you can see, are their names. So drop them a follow on Instagram. Check out their amazing work. And you're going to get to see them edit in real time today, and they're going to be editing your photos. So without further ado, we're going to get started here. Are you guys ready? Are our ambassadors ready? Are our fans ready? We've got some comments coming in already. Tanya Smith is here. She says hello. Be sure to drop comments in here. We want some interactions. So when you're laughing, when you're having a good time, when you want to, talk down on somebody, no, just do it nicely. Just do it nicely. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin a wheel to determine how long these guys have to edit a photo. Okay. So without further ado, you guys open up Lightroom. I'm going to spin the wheel and we're going to determine how long you guys are going to edit this first photo. And no pressure, Ray. Diva says no pressure. All right.
Look at this snazziness.
Come on, 1 minute.
Here we go.
If it lands on your choice, I'm choosing 75 minutes.
Oh, yes.
All right. You get 3 minutes. You get 3 minutes. We have a winner. All right. So who is going to be spotlit first? I am going to pick. You know what, Pi? You're going to lead it off.
Damn it, man.
You're going to lead it off.
All right. So I switched to screen, right?
Yep. Share your screen. Open up Lightroom. And
boom.
You guys hold tight just a second, and then we are going to get started. Let me get my stopwatch going here.
So do we get to see everyone's edits for the first one, but I'm spotlit? Is that how it works?
Yes. So you are going to be spotlit. We're going to watch you edit it for the full 3 minutes. And then at the end of the 3 minutes, we are going to show everybody's edit, and they're going to describe how they edit it. So
cool.
the catch here on this first photo, and actually all the photos, because you know what? It's retouch week in the group. So you guys have to use at least one brush out of the retouching toolkit. Okay. Doesn't matter which brush on this first one. You can use any brush that you like. You just have to use the brush. All right. I'm going to count down from 5. Pi.
The first one's
ready?
Tanya's, right?
Yes.
Okay.
First image is from Tanya Smith. All right. Ready?
Yes, sir.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. This was shot at a 8,000 ISO. It's a little under. Do I talk while I'm doing this? Okay, I'm gonna go to crush black and white. Let's see here. I'm gonna play into the underexposedness. I'm thinking a little bit of film grain. Let's do a little bit. Yeah, that's actually nice. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is a radial burn. Press Shift M. Oh, my pins are hidden. We're going to bring that over our subject. I'm going to go ahead and bring down the exposure. And then you're making me use a brush. Easy. All right, we're going to go quick dodge and burn. I'll lift our subject out here. What's my time?
You guys are at 1 minute down, 2 to go.
What's our time, I should say. Okay. I'm going to paint that in loosely, and then we're going to go down to, should I talk through this? Am I supposed to be talking?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's perfect.
We're going to bring the range down.
Tanya says she shot this and it was pitch black when she took it. So
you shot this to make it difficult for us. I understand. I'm going to hold down the alter option with auto mask turned on. I'm just going to loosely paint and get it off the outside edges. Okay.
And Tanya, if you have your edit, drop it in the comments after they're done. That'd be fun to compare.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a little crop. And now I'm gonna do one last thing. I'm gonna bend this little bottom part up and go for a slight matte finish on the edit on both sides.
All right, you've got less than 1 minute remaining. Got 50 seconds.
I'm good, sir.
All done?
Well, I'll sit here and use any extra time you give me. I hope this edit looks okay. I've got a big light shining in my face. All right. Why don't we bust out another brush?
It's no excuse. That's why you changed it to black and white, right? So you didn't have to look at the color.
Basically. And I'm partially colorblind.
And you also were born uncreative.
I was. Like the rest of us.
All righty, guys.
Cool.
You got 10 seconds.
I'm done.
Pi is done. You can go ahead and, well, actually, so why did you crop it? Tell the people why you cropped it.
Well, this was the original crop. If I press Alt Control Shift, you can see the original crop. So it kind of like crops off his toes. We see a little bit of like the table on the left side. We see this plant over here. I just felt like the surrounding objects weren't necessarily helping anything. So since our subject is right there, I'm just kind of cropping into him. So, whoops.
Perfect.
There we go.
Well, I like what you did with the skin there. So bring in that attention and kind of burdened out the rest of the highlights. Looks awesome.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. So I didn't actually say stop, but I hope you guys actually stopped on time. Whenever we stop, you got to go hands up.
Hands up.
Hands up.
Wait.
All right.
Okay. Do you want screen still?
No.
Should we do the
sharing your
spirit fingers when we do hands up? Is that a
Yes.
requirement?
I don't know if you
Spirit
saw
finger,
that, but that's what I was doing.
Okay, yeah. I feel like that should be a requirement.
All right, Spirit Fingers, you're up next. So stop sharing your screen, Pi, and Jason, you share yours.
Oh, great. I should have kept my mouth shut.
You should have. Look at those crazy headphones. Who wears stuff like that?
Hey,
Chad literally has the exact same headphones on.
we literally are.
Yours are bigger.
Case in point.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
We can.
Okay. So I also cropped. I felt like the bottom of the frame was cropped awkwardly at a toe, so I just went ahead and cropped all the way in to kind of get rid of that. I kept in these little twinkle lights because I liked the color play between warms and cools. So I let everything kind of be kind of a cool tone, and then I used a brush to brighten up him. Did a little bit of dodging and burning, and then I also used a brush to fine tune the skin tones on him. So if I don't know if that's going to work. My before and after key isn't working for some reason.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, when you guys are sharing your edits, make sure to pop back and forth between the before and after if you can. There we go.
There's the before, and now my Control Z is not working.
You should probably get a new computer.
That should be. I could do that.
Well, lovely, lovely edit. I like that. I like the colors in yours, and yeah, it's probably better than Pi's.
There we go.
I'm just gonna go ahead and crown you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All
All right, Ray, you want to share your screen next?
Stop sharing.
All right, give me 1 second.
I like how Pi's got a giant Dunkin' cup, and he's just over here. Like,
I'm not trying to wait. What is
into
yours?
the mic.
You
It's a
got a
local. It's a local barbecue place. So
Oh,
shout
okay.
out Moore's Barbecue, North Carolina.
Can you see my screen?
Paid sponsorship.
That's right.
Hashtag
Free
ad.
barbecue. Free barbecue for like the next time I go. One time.
Can you guys see my
Wouldn't
screen?
that be nice? Yes.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Great edit too, by the way, Jason. So what I did here, like Pi was saying earlier, I kind of wanted just to play into all the noise and the high ISO. I don't really use pastel pack a lot, but I feel like whenever I do, I always like to add the grain into it. In this one, obviously, I didn't have to add that film grain. So really simple. I just cropped in pastel, and I think I did a radial burn too. Yeah, I did a radial burn. It's really all I did.
Perfect. So was the radial burn your brush that you used? Or did you do a you said you did radial. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Just ignore me.
Do we have to use
All
a
right.
brush?
We'll count that as a brush. How about that? Radial burn, brush, whatever. It's all you use the retouching toolkit. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Minus 1 point for not knowing the rules.
Anyway, your edit's nice and moody. He's got some soul there with the grain. All right, Tanya, you're up next.
All right.
Gained 1 point for the hat.
All right. So I used the modern pack for this, the black and white. And then I used two tools, which were the Blackout one, which I really love because you can kind of make everything disappear or just slightly underexpose it. So I underexposed around him. And then I used the smooth skin brush on his face just to bring, and the cello to bring down the noise reduction. So here is my before and then after.
Nice.
Very, very nice. I like it. I like it. All right. So Lila, you want to share yours?
Sure.
And then Josh, you'll be up next.
So I did leave almost the full crop because I do like this detail of the feet. It adds tension to the whole like body language thing. I use modern black and white to start because it's the one that has a little bit more recovery on shadows. And then from the toolkit, I'm always using all the brushes. Like I do a lot of the touch and burn. So you can see here my before, and this is my after.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Josh, you're up next. And everybody at home, make sure you drop your favorite edit into the comments. Who was your favorite editor? I
You
can't
spelled
speak today.
Jason, Jason for those curious.
But everyone can see mine.
We gotcha.
Before. And I'm hitting the backslash key to go to after. Everyone can see it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so what I did is I cropped in, but I rotated the crop just a little bit to get a little bit more of the real estate of the cello, because I felt like the warmth of the cello has an emotion to it. So I wanted to kind of bring in that to complement the man's face and the feeling of the shot. So that was my first move. My second one was to actually hit Shift M to go to the Radial Burn, and I brought in more light to focus in on him. And then the cool thing I like about Radial Burn is that you can then just go adjust over in this. You can make all those small little adjustments as you're doing it. So I brought down the exposure just a little bit more to darken it around him even more. The next thing I did was hit K to go to the brush, and I went to the tint. I went to the tint, and I brought down all the greens, and I went and kind of brought out some of the green in the background because I felt like the green was kind of cool. I always like to pull out colors. And then I did another one with the temperature for blue to bring out the blue in his jacket. And the last thing I did was I used another brush to smooth out his skin, because I know it was shot at high ISO 8000, right? So I kind of softened his skin because I felt like it'd soften the feeling of the cello. And I think I did a little bit on the cello too to warm it up. So
Nice. Yeah, I like your crop. Got a nice little like Dutch tilt feeling going on there. So I like it.
Yeah.
All right, if you want to unshare your screen, we've got some comments down here. We've got a couple people saying they like Jason's, one liked Ray's, one liked Tanya. Everybody got a vote except for Pi. So, all right, moving on to the next one.
It's okay. Community has no taste. I understand.
You'll have your day, I'm sure, coming up soon. All right.
Hold it up just so I could look at the comments.
Yeah, you're not getting any love yet. Sorry, buddy.
I was looking to see who's kicking out of the group.
Never. Jason,
You get a ban. You get a ban. You get a ban. All right. So we got the spinny wheel and spinny wheel. Go. There we go. Fingers crossed for one. Oh, we're going to get another 3 minutes. All right. So 3 minutes it is. And next up, we have a photo from James Nix. So if you guys want to pull up Lightroom, or pull up James's photo, I'm sorry. And we're going to spotlight Sitlali for this one. So Sitlali, if you want to share your screen.
Sure.
I'm going to pull up our timer.
I mean, technically, we could already be working on this, couldn't we?
Yeah,
No,
but
If you're a big fat cheater,
There's a hand up.
here.
cheating.
if
Exactly.
you're a cheater,
I'm just saying.
All right.
Just
From
saying.
now on, spirit fingers until I tell you otherwise. Okay.
What if it's previously edited?
Then you're just a cheater.
yeah.
Can we kick Pi out of the group?
Come on, man.
Oh,
All right. You guys ready?
Find a way.
We can find a way.
Spirit fingers, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
okay, so I would probably go with Crush. It's because it's one of my favorites. And I think HDR is going to work very well with this. Yes. Let me see, because I'm just going to try now a little bit more of shadows, because I do want to see some detail on the grass and the leaves. But I am going to play a little bit with the white balance.
Nice.
Sure to.
So I purposely didn't pick you, Tanya, for this one because
Yeah,
we know how much you
so much. It's like if
We
you
know-
choose me.
we know how much you love silhouettes. We're going to give you a more difficult one to spotlight.
Right.
And from the toolkit, I'm going to use the gradient.
Okay.
Just to
Ah, yes.
recover a little bit.
Perfect. Yeah, don't forget to use something from the retouching toolkit. You can use a gradient, a radial filter, or a brush this time. Just so Ray's happy.
Yes. So I love this one, Sky and Clouds, because it just recovers a lot of the detail too. And when I'm working with silhouettes, sometimes I do like to preserve some of the detail on them. It depends on what kind of image it's gonna be, but sometimes I don't want it to be completely dark. So in this case, I'm recovering a little bit of shadows and just keeping some of the detail on the grass and the leaves. And I do want to play a little bit with the color, so.
Perfect. So Lolly, if you don't mind, can you hit your histogram and pull that down? Some of the viewers are requesting to see the histogram. Hopefully the webcam isn't blocking it. Let me see.
What's a histogram?
Blocking it.
What is that? What's that?
I still don't know.
Just a little bit more contrast and I think switch.
How much time we got?
Like 15 seconds.
Error.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to switch the webcam over to the left-hand side so they could see the histogram, but I can't figure it out. I'm a terrible host. All right, guys, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. Spirit fingers. All right. So Lolly, you see your before and after. Love it, love it. Went for some cooler tones there in the sky. And you said you used the sky and clouds brush on the trees there, right? To give it a little bit of texture and color pop.
To recover a little bit.
Awesome, awesome. Love it. I give you 25 points. 25 points.
Yes.
But remember, they don't matter.
Gryffindor.
All right, Ray, let's see what you came up with, man.
All right, can you see my screen?
I
Sir.
see your desktop.
Is it?
Now I
Lightroom?
see your photo. Now I see Lightroom.
Okay. All right, so I fixed a crop, or just straightened it out a little bit. Almost wasn't sure if I wanted to, because I like how the original had. Oh, what did I do? Had more foreground, but I did it anyways. I think I used modern HDR, and then I put a Radial Burn with the nature color around the couple here, and then I think I brought up the shadows a little bit, and then I warmed it up overall, just kind of warm up the sky and everything else just a little bit. I like it. I think it looks pretty good warm, and that's pretty much all I did.
Nice. I'm loving that you guys went in 2 different directions with the tones there, and that nature and color pop is probably my favorite brush. Love it.
Same.
Samesies. All right, let's go, Tanya. Let's see what you came up with. We know you love those silhouettes.
I do. I went pretty basic on this one.
You got to share your screen first.
Oh, okay, sorry. That might help, huh?
She was building it up, dude.
Yeah.
I kind of like the coloring already in it. Like, it felt very filmy, so I just kind of stuck with those tones. But I did very similar to Ray. I did the HDR natural environment modern, and then same thing with the radial filter, did the sky and clouds just to give a little bit of pop, and then brought out some of the greenery, and yeah, that's about it. I really like this photo. Well done, whoever shot this.
Nice. Yeah, well done. It's James Nix. He's out of Charlotte.
Awesome. Do you want me to do a before and after real quick?
Sure. Go for it.
So there's the before and then after.
Perfect. Really bringing down the clouds there. Love it. All right, Pi. By the way, how many drinks do you have over there?
I have a few. I like to
He's got like 3 different mugs going on right
I
now.
like to stay hydrated.
Well, stay hydrated.
That's why I had to go. That's why I had to go pee before we started.
Jason, what are you drinking? Is that beer?
Maybe.
I won't tell. I won't tell.
It's a Voodoo Ranger 1985 IPA.
I guess that's the good thing about being a photographer. You can drink on the job.
Yeah.
All right.
Helps with creativity, I hear.
Okay, you see my screen?
I see it.
Oh, this is the before. I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing to it. It was perfect the way it was shot. Please vote for me. Okay, so I did HDR crush, and then I did a bit of burning at the top and bottom, and then I used the bokeh to create a tilt shift effect. So went for a little tilt shift action. I thought it'd be fun because we have this kind of cutting little swath of focus through them. But I also opted for keeping a little bit of detail in them. So I kind of left it a little bit moody, but kept detail in their figures, namely because we're on a Nikon and there is dynamic range there to play with. So
Nice.
Burn.
Was that a jab?
I shoot Canon, so not really.
Well, I love the tilt
that was
shift
envy.
That was envy. That was jealousy. Straight up.
Love the tilt shift effect. It's almost like you created these presets or something. All
Thanks,
right.
vote for me.
Who's next? Jason?
Oh yeah, I could go. Let's see here. Let me kick Pi out.
Oh.
Okay, can you see mine?
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Vote for Jason. Damn it.
So I actually, what I did is I applied my preset. I darkened it down a little bit, and then I cranked up my contrast, cranked up my highlights a little bit, and then I used like, I don't know, a lot of gradients to kind of draw attention here. I wanted to get that little bit of a sunset look. So I have like 3 different gradients to kind of build up this orange color. And then I have another gradient to bring in some more of the blues. And then I use some brushes to kind of bring out some of the detail in these trees and stuff like that. And then I cranked down my shadows just a tad, just to make sure that it stayed as a silhouette. And so let's see if I do a reset. Here's the before and a slight crop. And then here's the after.
Look at you.
Nice.
What was your baseline preset?
2-Man Studios double IPA.
Nice. Looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank you.
I was going to give Pi 25 points, but I'm going to give them to you instead. So
Yes. I told you,
got 25 points.
the beer helps. The beer helps with that creativity.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised you were able to get the image straight. So good job on that.
Question: Are we allowed to use non-visual flow presets, Jason?
Yeah,
That wasn't part of the rules.
I guess I didn't clarify. So, you know,
BF and develop. We're friends.
Yeah.
Everything's
great.
good.
it's all good.
Fine, Tanya.
We'll deduct.
I'll use a visual flow preset for the next one.
We'll just deduct 1 point, maybe half a point. All right. Who hasn't gone? Joss?
I have not gone yet.
All right. Go for it.
Okay, so
This is-
that's
It's awkward. Get it off my face.
Hmm.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
it's my before, and there's the after.
Ooh, that one's nice too.
So I just cropped it slightly because I just wanted to come in a little bit closer. So I cropped from left to right. And I used as the default preset, I used the crush natural environment. And then I hit K and went to a brush and actually went to the temperature and actually painted in a little bit of the blue, a little bit more to emphasize that. Did another one, same, a little bit of warmth along the bottom. And then one more brush, I brought in a little bit of the magenta, just slightly in the background. And then the fourth brush I used was the sky and clouds to give a little bit texture, played with the texture a little bit more. I also adjusted the alignment of it. And the last thing I did was I went down and just played a little bit with the tonal curves so that and bringing out the lights and the darks so I can make the silhouette pop a little bit more. And so that was what I did, and that was the before, and that was the after.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. So this is why I love doing these. This is why Editing Wars is awesome. Every one of these people, trying to use my words here, everybody had a completely different edit on both of these first two photos. So this is just really cool, really educational. So I hope you guys are soaking in all of this, but really well done, guys. Did everybody go?
Just sit Lolly didn't go.
Well, I did it.
No, she went.
Oh, she
was
went?
spotlight. She was
Oh,
spotlight.
yeah, that's right. Okay.
All right.
I forgot that
So,
someone was like actually
we are good
editing
there.
while we were going through it.
Our next photo is from Nicole Chan. And you guys go ahead and pull that up. And we are going to reset everything over here. And we're going to spin the wheel one more time. And rules on this photo, you have to use a visual flow preset, Jason.
Womp womp.
And have to use a burn highlights brush on this one.
Burn.
So
highlights.
if you don't know where the burn highlights brush is in the retouching toolkit, well, you're going to have to figure it out in just a second. All right.
And by the way, there's no need to look at the comments. Nobody said anything about Jason's work or anything like that.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention it, but
That's great.
just for your sake.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. So you have 5 minutes to
Right.
edit this photo. I don't think you're going to need 5 minutes because this is a really, really, really lovely photo.
I'm definitely swapping the sky.
If you don't swap a sky now, I'm going to be disappointed. So you better pull it in. All right. So let's see. Joss, we're going to spotlight you for this one. And
Okay.
then about halfway through, we're going to switch over to Ray and see what sky he's putting in there. Everybody's going to laugh when they see this. There we go. All right. You guys ready? You got 5 whole minutes to do this. And we are going to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so the first thing I want to do is actually look at the crop. And I sense that the father, I'm going to be so bold to say that he carries a lot of emotion, not most of it, but I almost said it. So I'm going to crop it just a little bit to get a little bit closer to the father, to emphasize that emotion, even though I'm cropping out just a little bit of the bride. Hit enter and crop in on that. I like to also hit the V because it always just gives me a quick look at the black and white, which is the direction I'd like to go. I'll always like motion in black and white. I want to emphasize the father, so I'm going to hit Shift M to give me a radial burn, and I'm going to go down to the burn exposure, and I'm going to bring it. I'm going to hit H to bring that out, and I can grab that radial burn, kind of bring it in more on the father, kind of just tilt it a little bit. I'm going to bring down the exposure even more, emphasize the father. We bring out the shadows a little bit. I'm going to hit H again to get rid of the radial burn. I feel like it leaves a little stronger of a black and white. So I'm going to go play with the tonal curve again here and bring out the shadow or the lights and the darks to emphasize that. And then I'm supposed to use the burn, the
Burn highlights.
burn. So I'm going to
There
burn
you
down the highlights on his shirt a little bit. Maybe just anywhere there's highlights there, just a little bit. And I'm going to hit K again, H, bring it out. So, like I want to dramatize it just a little bit more. So I'm going to try to go up and go over to the tools and see if I can actually bring in a little bit more detail. So I'm going to go to the detail crush a little bit. Yep. And I'm going to hit K again here, go to the brush and go to dodge exposure. So you just bring in a little bit of his hand, a little bit more of his hand up there in his forehead, and his expression there, really emphasizing the father here. And I
Nice.
feel like I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, I like how you're emphasizing the hands there to help bring attention to them and tell that story. All right, so you guys were 3 minutes in, so you have 2 minutes remaining. And yeah, the reason I wanted to use that burn highlights brush is I personally love using it to bring down the highlights in the surrounding area. So I was curious to see how you guys are going to use it in bringing attention to the to that brighter part of the photo there.
expose
Let's
his arm.
see.
Go ahead.
Josh, if you want to stop sharing your screen here, Ray, we're going to switch over to you. If you can share your screen for us, bud. And we have 1.5 minutes remaining.
All right. So, yeah, when you look at this image, it just automatically says black and white, just because of the emotion, everything that's going on in there. I cropped it in also just to bring it in closer to the father. I mean, I don't know, I think these are like octopus tentacles. They're kind of cool, but adds nothing to the picture. So I brought it in. I know I did a radial burn over our father here. And I know we had to use the burn highlights brush. So I burned a lot of the highlights on her dress, arm, in the background here. I think I also hit Q. I did some spot removals on some distractions. Got rid of the little light switch there. I think there was like a little highlight here I got rid of. And I think that's pretty much it. I switched the color. It actually looked kind of cool too when I did that. So I don't know, but
Nice.
I think black and white definitely fits this image.
Yeah, I like that color version with the blue in the background. If you just could, like tone down the skin tones maybe a little bit, it'd make it pop too. So I'm curious to see, did anybody do a color edit?
I did.
Jason and Pi did. All right, so Jason, let's see yours. And has everybody done editing? Because the timer's out, so you're done.
Oh, you didn't say anything.
Okay. No, I'm done.
Done.
All right, Jason, go ahead and share yours.
Okay. Okay, so here is my color version. So I started with Visual Flow Crush Soft Light, and then I brought in the crop just to kind of get rid of some of the distractions. There was like a lamp over here and some stuff on the wall, and then there was like a little hot spot, and I just wanted to kind of get in a little closer to the dad. I dropped down my exposure a little bit and then I used a dodge brush to bring up the brightness on the father. And then I went in and I used the burn highlights brush or whatever it was called, just to bring down some of the highlights here on her dress and arm and in her hair and stuff. And then I used another brush and I used the range mask feature to select just this tone of the wall. And so I painted over all of the wall, and then I brought up some of the warmer tones within the wall to kind of play off of the cooler tones on the blue wall. And then I also used a healing brush to kind of get rid of some of the distractions, light switch, and then there was like a door hinge and stuff like that, and then a little bit of dodging and burning. So real quick, I'll show you the before and after. So here's before and after.
It works well both ways. This is a great shot with the orange and the blues. Just kind of speak to me.
Yep.
Pi, let's see your color edit.
Oh, Jason, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, hold on. I need to fix it. It broke. All right, let's see.
How everybody, he's literally editing right now.
Right. He's still tweaking. Everybody has 50 points so far. So Pi, let's see if you can get 50
All
points.
Right. So here's the before. Here's the after. I was leaning into, I love the blues and the oranges, and I think this is a great image, and it would have worked perfectly for black and white too. But I love the blue over orange contrast, so I kind of lean into that. I started with Crush Backlight, actually, just for stylistically for more deep blacks. And then I went to kind of burning. I actually burned around the dad, and I also added, let me see if I can show you guys. I also just increased the bokeh a little bit by using that bokeh brush. So I used a little bokeh brush around, which decreases the sharpness of everything else. I should have just called it the bokeh brush.
Yeah, I think you just like saying bokeh.
Bokeh. So yeah, and then I use the burn highlights a little bit on the dress and a little bit on the blue door, remove some of the objects. You called time as I was removing that little door thing, so I deleted my thing because I don't want to cheat.
Mine's gone.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Uh-huh. Well, at least Jason got that. Yeah.
we can't all be Jason Vincent.
But
you know what I mean?
but did you use the burn highlights brush?
I did. I just said that.
Oh,
I got
okay.
it. But here's
Alright.
the before.
I wasn't listening like usual.
Dang it, Chad. So
You're such a great host.
I know. I know. All right. Pi, I guess I'll give you 50 points too. That's pretty nice.
felt conciliatory the way you just said that, but that's okay.
No, I like what you did there, thinking outside the box with the backlit brush or the backlit preset to crush down the darks. It's nice. It's nice.
Okay.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Who's next? Who wants to volunteer?
I'll go.
Tanya?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So I wish I would have had just a little bit more time.
Ooh.
But so I spent the whole time just using the brush, the burnout brush, which is my favorite. So just turn this to the Crash Black and White and then burned out everything around them. And had I had a little bit more time, I probably would have come in here and fixed her up a little bit more and then kind of lightened things up a bit. But just wanted to just focus on their motion solely.
Right.
So
Very different. I like it.
The before, and this is the after.
You win for most dramatic before and after. That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right.
I like how it emphasizes the hands.
Yeah, for sure. So Lolly, did you share yours yet?
Sure. So I need to go with black and white too. And I follow the rules. I use modern black and white. And then I use I really liked the brush that we were supposed to use, which burn highlights. It works really well when you're not trying to be very actually burn the whole wall or the areas where you have bright spots. And in this case, the dress, this part of the arm was pretty bright, so that tool worked really well. So you can see here my before and after. This is the before, obviously the crop in, and a ton of dodge and burn and faces and darken some areas.
Very nice.
That's cool.
Very nice. All right. Well, let's move on along to the next photo. So our next photo here, get my Lightroom pulled back up, is from Scott Stockton. He is also out of Charlotte. And so go ahead and pull that one up and we will get started on the wheel. And Tanya, I'm going to have you spotlight yours for this one.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Come on, 1 minute.
Come on, 5 minutes.
All right.
Your choice. Is that your choice or our choice?
That is your choice because you are going to be spotlighted. So now you get to pick.
5 minutes.
25.
Let's do a happy medium. Let's do 4 minutes.
Okay.
4
I'll
minutes.
take 4 minutes.
Yes.
4 minutes.
All right. You got it. Go ahead and spotlight your photo and we'll get the timer going.
Okay. So immediately I'm thinking crush.
Hold on.
Oh, did I not?
All
Did
right.
I? We good?
I gotta do my spirit fingers countdown.
Oh,
Oh,
Hands up.
All right.
hands
We're
up.
gonna start at 3 this time. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. So I'm thinking crush. I'm going to go with backlight because it is backlit. And I'm going to bring down some of that highlight. And
I don't think it applied.
Is it not applying?
I don't think it applied the preset, did it? Or maybe it did.
Can you see the screen?
Oh, there we go. Yes. You're
All
good. You're good. Keep
Okay.
going.
So I'm going to burn down these highlights. And it's kind of feeling grungy. So I think I want to play around with that grunge brush. Let's have a look. I've never played around with this brush. So let's try it out. Grunge, grunge, grunge.
Wow, what a time to be experimental.
I know, right?
Right?
She
And
has
the
4
pressure
minutes.
is on.
We got 4 minutes.
She's
We got 4 minutes. We got this. We got
Well,
this.
you got 3 minutes now, but
Actually, I'm going to go tattoo and body art. Ooh, I like how dark that is. I don't want it on their skin. This is what we do all the time. We just go back and forth on trial and stuff. I know you all do this at home.
right. I don't know. I don't think I've ever used the tattoos. Wait, is tattoos spelled wrong?
The
On your
tattoo
brush?
goes a little grungy. It's nice.
Did I spell tattoo wrong?
That would be
I think that was
hysterical.
I think it was like way back when you first released them. Tanya just hasn't updated her brushes.
Uh-oh.
Way to go, Tanya.
Gosh.
Gosh,
Oh.
Tanya.
Either that or I
mean,
actually
it's-
did spell it wrong.
I don't know. Now I'm curious.
Now it's still spelled wrong, yeah.
I'm going to do some nature and color, radial. And then invert it.
Nice.
Bring down a little bit more.
So Tanya's just playing around with the tones.
I'm pretty much just playing around. That's all we do.
All right. We have been going for 2.5 minutes.
All right.
So 2.5 out of 4.
Oh, that's a bit much.
Computer is so slow.
I know. I noticed when we screen share it too, computer goes really.
Sounds
Don't
like
use that.
excuses, guys.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a
don't use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the same pain.
Don't you have like a $7,000 editing computer?
I
Didn't
do
you that
actually.
for-
But Lightroom, is one of those awesome applications that needs a $15,000 computer.
I am aware.
Since Pi did the bokeh, I'm gonna try that because I never play around with bokeh. That is
Just
really cool.
Gasp.
Thank you, Pi.
Um,
You taught me a new little trick.
It's the
You
bokeh brush.
Stole it.
Bokeh brush. Nice. It looks good.
Sweet. All right, guys, you got just over a minute remaining. Get those last few tweaks in. Does anybody else want to share for the last minute? And then we'll come back to Tanya to see her finalized.
I can share.
Go for it. Got 1 minute right now. 1 minute.
Okay, so I cropped out the grass just to make it like, I don't know, I felt like the grass wasn't green enough, and I applied a ton of darken to it and didn't work, so cropping it out looked better for me. And I also got rid of some of the little colors that the drops had. So it's almost like spot coloring, but it's not. And I did apply a lot of brushes, as you can see here on history, with a lot of highlights, and I did some skin retouching too. But the base was HDR natural on Crush. It's a great
Nice.
English Scott.
All right, guys. We got 10 seconds. I'm going to give you an extra 10 seconds.
No need.
So don't need it. 5,
Jason.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Show your fingers. Show your hands. All right. Love it. So Lolly, is there anything else you want to say about your edit?
No, it's good.
All right, Tanya, let's bounce back over to you real quick and see your final edit.
All right. I'm loving that bokeh tool. Who would know?
Ooh.
right.
Did you double down on it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Bocalicious.
Yeah. Hi, thank you. That's awesome. So yeah, did
That
the
is
bokeh
Bocalicious.
and then fixed a little bit of the skin tones in their faces. But that's pretty much it. Let's see.
Sweet.
So before, brought down all those highlights, and after.
Bokeh brushed it up. I like it.
Yeah. Thanks, Pi.
Connie's taking this one.
All right. Let's see. Ray, you want to share your screen?
Yep. Let's see.
And remember, guys, watching at home, drop if you have a comment on who your favorite editor is. Go for it.
That is very nice.
And again, you spelled Jason, Jason.
Everybody knows how you spell Jason.
Jason, by the end of this, those headphones aren't going to be able to fit on your head, man.
They expand pretty good.
When I started out, I actually started with, I think it was the pastel. I like how the colors came out, but then halfway through, I switched to crush and I liked it even better. I cropped the grass out like Salali did. And then I did a radial burn over them. I was going to use the nature color, and then I started playing around with the other ones, and then I used the temperature cool for my radial, and it turned all the droplets around them all blue, and I kind of like that, so I stuck with that. And then I did some smoothing on her skin, and I think that was pretty much it.
Nice. Jason, your wife said, "Is it okay if my favorite isn't my husband's?"
100%. I will answer.
Chastity,
Yes, absolutely.
Chastity, please, by all means, comment who your favorite is.
That's fantastic.
As long as it's not Jason's. Yeah, great shot.
Thanks, Dave.
Scott,
I appreciate that.
And great edit, Ray. And Wes asked about the bokeh brush tool. Asked if it was in one of the sets, and it is in the retouching toolkit. And it's retouch week in the group. Post your photos, post your before and afters using some retouch brushes. All right, Pi, share your screen.
Man,
did you bokeh it up?
I took a risk on this one, Chad.
Uh-oh.
I took a big risk on this one.
Well, you did have 4 minutes.
So I did the new mood pack actually. So
Nice.
Oh,
it's you guys all had it, so you guys all have the tester. But that's the before. This is the after. Kind of a rustic, moody feel. I thought it was like this kind of perfect whimsical vibe. I did crop a good amount of the grass out. If I go back to the original, just because I felt like it was nice to see the ground a little bit, but yeah, I didn't want to see too much of it. And then did a little bit of burning. There's also a really fun trick you guys can do. Anytime you have rain droplets against a black sky like this, if you go to the retouching tools and you select dodge whites, you can actually just dodge the rain droplets. It'll literally just pull up the rain droplets, leaving the blacks black. So I did the dodge whites around all the rain, and that's it.
So have I been using that wrong the whole time? I've been using dodge highlights. And it kind of accomplishes the same thing, but
it's the same thing. I mean, you have highlights versus whites, right? It's just gonna usually rain droplets register in the whites, whereas like skin tones register in the highlights.
Okay, cool. Loving the moodiness of this shot.
Yeah. So there's the before, there's the after.
All right. Does everybody in here have the mood pack downloaded? You guys? No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you have access to it, so make sure you download it.
Oh, and by the way, I just got a vote. Wes Shin. Yo, what's up, Wes?
Ooh,
I got one vote. I got
you
one
get
vote,
5
guys.
points.
He
5
said he-
points.
Congratulations on your first vote, Pi.
Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot.
This is how everybody else has been feeling the whole time. All right, Josh, you're up next.
Josh.
That,
Oh,
yeah.
There we go.
JOS.
I think you said Josh.
Josh, Joshy.
I was actually going to add a period in my name. JOS period.
Go ahead and share your screen, man.
Okay. There you go. Okay, so that's my before. And that's my after. I just like the complementary colors of blue and warm skin tones. So I used the HDR Natural Crush to start off with. Then I went right to the Radial Burn to darken a little bit around them so that the eye goes to them the most. Then I went over to a brush and actually did the de-skin crush tool. Yeah, is that the name of it? Yeah.
Decrush skin. Yeah.
Decrush skin. And I kind of zoomed in, hit Command plus to zoom in so that I could really get tight in on their skin. I always like to hit the O button too, so that you get that overlay and you can see exactly where you're painting that in, and then hitting the Alt key to erase it. Then the other thing I did was I added the color in that Radial Burn to add more of a coolness around them. The last thing I did was actually hit another brush, and I did the highlights. The Dodge texture. Is that right? Yeah, the Dodge texture, because I thought that would be a cool way to bring out all the raindrops. If I'm thinking straight here, it was one of those Dodge ones to bring out the texture on all the raindrops. The last thing I would have done was I always like this on a backlit shot. I would have gone into Photoshop. I know we were going against this, but if I went into Photoshop, there's this wonderful keystroke that is Shift Command X, and it goes right into the liquidizing tool. And you can hit S for the pucker tool, and then you can cruise around the edges of the blown out kind of thicker areas of the backflash to kind of tighten that up. I didn't do that on this one. I always like to do that because it gives just a little bit more of a fine finish to the results. And so that's my before, or that's my after, and here's my before.
Love that. I'm stuck between Joss's and Tanya's edit right now.
I vote Joss. I like how you took off the little droplet off her face too. Perfect.
Yes, I did that. Good eye.
Yeah, I like the blue tone. Once again, that blue orange kind of contrast that you have going on here, and always a fan of the shifts of color, as is Jason Benson.
And Jason, your wife just voted for me. Boom. What's up?
It's true. I've seen it.
Thanks. I appreciate that. She hasn't even seen mine yet.
Doesn't matter.
Well, you are up, my friend.
Me?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, sure. Okay, so I did something similar with the white balance shift on the rain. Can you see mine?
Damn it, Jason.
But I used the brush tool and got in here and actually brushed around all the people and got in here and all these little cracks and stuff so that it looked like it was all backlit by the same color. Then I used a handful of gradients to kind of even out the vignette so that you could bring out the just all these raindrops that are coming in through here. I cloned out a couple of the distracting raindrops. I didn't get the one in the face though. Joss got that one. I know, dang it.
Minus 5 points.
Yeah, I was looking for basically just anything that wasn't blue. So like some of the raindrops were super bright, and so they wouldn't take on that blue tone. And so I cloned those out. And then I did just a little bit of dodging and burning, and that's about it. Nice. And the base on this is crushed soft light.
Sweet. Ray, did you share yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Did everybody share? I think everybody shared. Okay, we're good. All right, Jason, if you want to stop sharing your screen real quick. And let's see, Pi and Jason, you guys are going to rock, paper, scissors, and whoever wins gets to pick how much time under 5 minutes.
Right.
And 37 minutes.
And you get to pick the next photo. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right. So you're going to do rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
All right, go.
Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot.
Dang it. I'm paper.
There was like a
There was a delay.
There was a slight delay. I couldn't tell if Jason was just cheating because of it. But Jason, you win. So you
how convenient.
Photo.
Blame it on the delay. I will pick Are we allowed to go into Photoshop?
You can do whatever you want to this next photo. How about that? Just because you won.
Okay.
You pick your time, pick your photo, and
Let's
you can put it in Photoshop.
we're gonna do Wes's photo on the beach,
Okay.
and we're gonna do 5 minutes.
Wes on
All
the
right.
beach.
So Wes is, you skip the next one, and it's number 6. We've
5
got
minutes.
a couple posing on the beach. All right, so we're going to do 5 minutes. And Jason, since you won, you're going to lead us off, and we're going to watch you edit.
This might backfire because going into Photoshop is probably a bad idea while I'm screen sharing.
Photoshop means like anything, right? Just clarifying here.
Anything. You can pull it into Luminar. You can pull it wherever you want for this one.
Great. Thank you.
Take notes. Ray.
Well, okay. Are we starting? Are we doing Spirit Finger start?
All right, y'all ready? I think
Yep.
I think everybody's kind of started, but all right, 5,
Well,
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do Crush Soft Light. I'm going to drop my exposure down. And right now, because I have the idea to go into Photoshop, I'm only looking at the couple, or I mean at the background. So I'm going to get this kind of where I want it. And I want it to be a little moodier, more contrast. I'm going to drag a gradient because I love gradients on the ground to kind of get rid of the ground distraction a little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to hit a little shortcut key that I have to create a virtual copy. And then I'm going to zoom in on the couple here and only look at, basically just look at skin tones here. Whoa. Dang it.
I like that sound.
What just happened?
Yes. That's exactly what
His
we want.
computer's failing him again.
Yeah,
Or
this is so convenient. I'm going to warm them up a little bit. Drop the dehaze a tad.
I forgot to start the stopwatch, so you're 1 minute down. How about that? We'll just call it 1 minute.
No. I've only been going for like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Add a little contrast here. Okay, and then I'm going to control click both of these and then say edit in, open as layers in Photoshop. And then wait the rest of my time as it opens.
Nice. Ooh, look at that little preview of some.
Hey, those are unreleased.
Fire now.
Don't look at those.
Look at that preview right there, everybody. We're getting to see it before it's popped. Now we know that he can't claim that he didn't Photoshop that. You're busted.
You can literally see what I did. I took out this bush that's by his back.
We have 5 minutes, correct? Because
Yeah, five to
You
10 more minutes, I
have-
think is what
You have like 3 minutes remaining. I'm just throwing that out there.
we get to remove. We get to remove any load times, right?
That's not how this works.
I feel like Ray's over there constructing
Where-
some sky.
Yeah, probably.
I'm definitely not doing
So quiet.
I don't think Ray spoke 2 words this whole video. So
that. Is Ray still in here?
he's plotting something.
Alive, man?
Oh,
Where'd it go? It's gone. Oh, there it goes.
So Jason, what do you usually
I
do?
told you
when
this
your
might-
computer's
my
just sitting
background.
here loading.
Surf on TikTok, probably.
that's my new addiction.
We couldn't tell. All right.
Okay,
So-
now we're in here. So now I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to create a layer mask. I'm going to get a brush here, a decent size. That's a good hardness. How come I can't see my opacity? 40%, that's probably good. And then I'm just going to kind of click in here.
How much time we got left?
Something like a minute. But who's counting, right?
Like a minute or like exactly a minute?
We're
or
just
like,
gonna call it. I'm liking what Jason's doing here, so I'm just gonna give you guys an extra 30 seconds. How about that? You got 1 minute remaining.
Here.
1 minute from now.
Okay,
I'm the host. I can do whatever I want.
you can do whatever you want. What the heck is happening?
I don't know, but Jason's finger is like on the screen, and
Oh yeah, I've got this
I can't tell if he's trying to show us exactly what he's doing with this.
No, I've got this super awesome computer that the webcam's way down by like the keyboard.
Okay. Well, just
so right now, basically, I'm just trying to kind of fade this in a little bit, and then I'm going to go back in and kind of clean it up the edges here.
Okay. Well, you've got less than 30 seconds to clean up those edges.
Well, you said that you said you liked what I was doing, and I had extra time.
You guys talking on the side or something?
I just said 1 minute.
I need more flow. Give me more flow. No.
How's everybody else doing?
Great. Love this photo. This photo is awesome.
Cool.
I'll be honest, I'm not doing too good.
Not doing too good. Do you need more time? Do you need more time?
I don't know. Does everybody else need more time? Anybody? Damn it, Ray.
Ray's already swapped the sky 3 times.
Milky.
Changed out the couple from another photo that Wes sent him secretly.
Thanks, Wes.
All right. Well, all right.
You get the idea here.
Jason,
you're not about to say that we're done, are you?
Jason, we definitely have been going for more than a minute, but here's what we're gonna do. Just because your computer, is buffering, we're gonna give you another 30 seconds, but no more. No more.
Okay.
Starting now. I'm gonna count down. No, I'm not. You just have 30 seconds.
Okay.
I can't believe Jason gets this extra time.
I feel like Jason's doing like
25 seconds.
reflection. Like that.
No, it's nothing that crazy.
You've got 20 seconds.
I would probably spend another 5 minutes on this arm, but
You got 10 seconds.
Okay. It's about
5,
as good as I'm going to get it.
4, 3, 2, and 1.
okay.
All right. So you can leave it up there in Photoshop. I'm not going to make you try and bring it back into Lightroom.
Thank you.
Because we want the people to actually stay tuned in. All right. So tell us why you did that.
So basically it's Photoshop's a little bit faster when you're brushing and creating layer masks and stuff like that. And you just have a little bit more flexibility going back and forth with layer masks. So essentially what I did is in Lightroom, I'm combining 2 different versions of the same photo. And so I created one only looking at the beach and the sky and stuff like that. Got the exposure and everything how I wanted. And then once I was done, I created another version only looking at the couple. And then I dialed everything in for the skin tones, dress, and everything like that. And then I can grab both different versions, brought them into Photoshop, and then use layer mask to basically bring in and combine the 2. It's a little sloppy, obviously, but zoomed out, it looks halfway decent.
Yeah, that's very cool. So are you pretty much done other than just cleaning up the brush work, or would you pull it back into Lightroom and do something like a decrush skin, or are you happy with the skin tones, or
I'm happy with the skin tones because whenever I first went in, whenever I was creating the skin tone version, I dropped my dehaze down.
Okay.
So I was specifically looking at that. The only thing I might do is play with some color work. The scene's a little brighter over here, so I might try and level that out a little bit because right now it seems a little heavy on the right hand side as far as if you were to look at it how it weighs, but I'd play around with that a little bit, but other than that it's pretty close. Right
on, man. Very cool. I like the technique, and the reason I asked, because somebody just was talking about crush and skin tones in the comments, so I just wanted to mention, if you're having trouble with the skin tones when you're using crush, you can do it this way, or you can also use that decrush skin brush and just brush it right over the skin, and it does a really good job of kind of decreasing that dehaze effect that it puts over it and bringing down the oranges.
Yep.
And
yeah, mostly the reason why I'm doing it in Photoshop is because of the differences in luminosity, not necessarily like I took care of the skin tones just because I was already doing it, but
yeah,
I'm in Photoshop because the luminosity differences between the sky and them is a little easier to take care of in Photoshop.
Yeah. It's nice that they added that edit in layers, and being able to pull 2 images into Photoshop with the layers. That's pretty neat. All right, Sitlali, if you want to share yours.
Sure. I went with something that I normally don't go with. That is pastel. Kind of like that for soft, light images. So I did, actually, it has a lot of brush strokes because I went in with some skin retouching. But actually it was really quick. It was just cropping the photo a little bit in, adjusting the horizon, and just recovering a little bit of the sky. So that's the before and after.
Nice.
Pastel percent.
Yeah, the pastel tones work pretty well for beach shots like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like it.
Especially with that kind of light.
Right, right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ray. I know you're itching. Let's see it. What you got? If you didn't swap a sky, I'm gonna.
I did. I did a Milky Way. No, I didn't.
Didn't know.
He converted it to nighttime and brought in the galaxy and Milky Way and
Comets.
Was Neowise in there?
All right, so I didn't swap the sky, but what I did is I started with the Crush soft light, and I did recrop. I just felt like where am I? Nope, I'm trying to get to the. I guess Command R is not working. All right, so straighten it out. I cropped into more of a panoramic, just because I love like wide environmental shots. I just felt like that top bit of sky and that top or that bottom part of the beach wasn't adding a little too much, so I wanted to bring it in more to focus more on the couple, and then like more of the clouds and everything in the sky. So I cropped it in, and then let's see what else. I gotta go my history here. Did a radial burn, nature color, and then I brushed over our couple. I did decrush the skin, and then I also upped the exposure on their skin a little bit. I had to use the color mask just to make sure I stayed in, and then did a separate brush for him and did the same exact thing also. And then I think I did a radial burn, and that was it.
Nice, nice. Love the pano crop. That would look sweet on a metal print, wouldn't it?
It would. I've been selling a lot of those lately, so that's why I've been.
I know. That's why I said it. I know. I see you. All right, Pi. Let's see what you got.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Switched over. All right.
He's been editing this entire time. How convenient.
So I went with a twice baked edit. So here's the original. Here's the other one. I would have chosen a different sky, but I panicked, pressed the apply button, and then my computer locked up. So we're going with this one. But the light, I would have loved to pick a sky where the light was coming from the right side. But basically I just did pastel, took it into Luminar, did a quick sky swap, and then back to Lightroom, and then applied a crush after. So it's crush over pastel. And I'm with Ray. I like the 2x1 panel crop for this image because there's not too much in the ground that's adding interest. So I wanted to focus in on the sky and the couple.
That's awesome. He kind of looks like he has a beard, the cloud behind him, or is that on my screen?
It does look like him. A little beard going on. And that was part of my intention, I wanted to make him
I
look
know.
like
That's why I pointed it out.
little Santa Claus mixture.
And then
I'm not
tail going on.
Cloud pack with the helicopter in it.
What's that?
That's from Luminar, right? The Luminar.
Yep.
Helicopter in it.
You are very astute, my friend. Yes, there is a helicopter in there that I took out.
I like to leave the helicopter in.
I like how Luminar leaves they leave like their oil rigs and helicopters in their skies.
Oh man, that's good stuff.
I recognize those clouds. There should be a helicopter over there.
Yeah, and an oil rig. If you zoom in over here, there's an oil rig.
Oh my god.
Didn't see that.
He's like, damn it, I got to go edit that out.
Nice. I like the twice baked. All right, Tanya. Let's see what you got. Tanya turned this into a silhouette. Nope, nope.
So I just cropped it in, used the crush. What did I use? Crush something.
Nice crop.
Something. HDR natural. Took out the oil rigs. Thanks, bye. And then I warmed it up a little bit. Trying to see what I did here. Did the radial filter for the sky and inverted it. And that's about it. Yeah.
Nice.
I like
I
that
like the
crop a
crop.
lot.
Yeah.
The cropping of the A7R4 is nice to play with.
Yeah, it's really sharp.
Right.
So there's
I
the
That's what-
No,
That's what 60 megapixels will do for you.
Right?
it's 250 megabyte file sizes are great for you too, aren't they?
They are.
That's why my computer loved going into Photoshop.
There you go.
All right,
Load two of
Josh.
those at the same time.
Josh, not Josh. You're up.
No age.
Can we do a pee break? I drank too much liquids.
You can go now. That's okay.
I won't be offended.
You have enough cups. Just, well, never mind. That'd be weird on a live video.
Please just mute your mic.
Just right on. Can I just look right into the camera?
That's my before and my crop.
Oh,
Wow, you turned
that's
into
a beautiful. You brought the mountains in, and I love the waves.
I was so confused. I'm like, all I see is the desktop background. What's happening?
Where's the couple?
All right, Josh, make sure your Lightroom is pulled up. I think we're only seeing your background right now.
Yeah, we're seeing your
I'm gonna
beach
stop
background.
sharing and I'm gonna come over here first and then share.
I thought
See
he
now?
like photoshopped the couple on the very back.
Do you see it now?
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
There you
good.
go.
So there's my before and then my crop. And so I
Nice.
just really enriched the photo. First thing I love the sky, so I actually I hit the shortcut keystroke M to bring up the gradient filter mode, and then just drag it down, adding a little bit of a burn to the sky to darken it a little bit more. And then I hit K to go to brush and started to use the sky and the clouds to kind of texturize and enrich the sky a little bit more. As I looked at his outfit, I thought, oh, it'd be kind of cool to complement a little bit of the pink of the sky with his suit. So I added a little bit of a magenta to the sky. Maybe I overdid a little bit, but I like it subtle like that. Then I actually went in and actually the first thing I should have said is I used the Crush Modern HDR on this. So then I decrushed their skin, and then I smoothed out their skin, and then I zoomed in on her face and I healed her face and just really tried to give her quality of her skin and the best I could. Also brought out some of the shadows in his suit, some of the details by hitting I dodged out with a brush to do that. And then the last thing I did was kind of darken the sand a little bit.
Nice.
And I think that was pretty much it.
Very nice. Very nice.
But,
Hey, everybody.
After
I think-
and,
I think Pi just went on his pee break. I think
He
Pi
did.
just went. Let's start editing another photo real quick.
Okay.
Go to the next one to the right. Go to Roberts with the groom and start editing it. You got it? Robert Mariel, number 1.
Got it.
Yeah.
Go for it. Start editing. Go, go, go. Oh, wait. I forgot to tell one of you to spotlight. Tanya, spotlight real quick. He'll never know. All right. So what you're doing, we don't have to stay quiet. He can't hear us.
I'm applying a preset.
How innovative of you.
Thanks. Oh, this groom's really cool. I like this shot.
Yeah, this is neat. You know what we should have done? We should all, when he starts walking back, we should all stop our videos so it just goes to a black screen. Oh crap, he's back.
Shh, 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 he's back.
Oh,
We started yet?
Everybody,
We started.
Hey,
everybody
Pi-
act
hey.
normal. Everybody act normal.
You lost about 3 minutes of edit time.
Whatever, guys. I see. You can't fool me. I'm looking at the freaking Facebook. You guys are editing the next one already.
I know you lost time.
It's fine. Boom. I'm done.
Oh,
What's up?
Oh,
one click wonder. Yeah, Pi, I said we should have all just like blacked out our videos so you didn't know we were still here.
You know what?
Disappeared.
You know what? Just because of that, I'm gonna be. How much time do we have? How much time do we have?
I didn't really give anybody a time. We were just going to try and edit it without you.
our goal is to finish as quickly as possible without you knowing.
We're just going to wait until Tanya says she's done. How about that?
I want to be the first one done.
So Robert said, Josh, you're not allowed to use the radial filter without tree on his photo. It was a little throwback to the first Editing Wars.
Oh my goodness.
I know that.
All right, guys. So we got this photo by Robert Mariel. Very nice. Love this like triple reflection or double reflection we got going on. We'll edit this one. And are you guys good? Are y'all having fun? Do you want to keep going?
Losing to Jason and basically everybody else in this is not really my idea of fun, but yeah, I can keep going.
But it's something that you're used to at
Okay.
least.
I stopped.
Okay. All right.
Damn it.
You're okay, Tanya. We'll come back to you. Let's see. Jason, share your screen for us. Well, actually, you just shared, didn't you? Who wants to
I
share?
can. Oh, I'll let someone else. I'm almost done anyways.
How much time do we have?
Let's give you another minute.
What if I don't need another minute? What if I'm done right now?
Well, then you probably don't need to share your screen.
Then your edit's probably not good enough.
You're right. You're right.
All right, Ray, why don't you share your screen and we'll finish up with you, and then we'll come back to Tanya.
All right, so
Are you
started off with the what's that?
Are you done with yours already?
Kind of. I was trying to
Okay.
see if I can find other things to do with it. I started off with the I started with a modern, which I liked, but then I always like to try different ones. So I go to modern, and usually that's usually what I start with, but I'll still see what pastel looks like and what crushes look like. And I actually like how pastel looks on this. I don't know, it kind of just, the colors kind of give it like this like timeless like magazine look almost. So I stuck with that. I cropped it in just to kind of get rid of the distractions and that messy bed over there. You know, kind of have more symmetry with his reflection here and him on the other side, and then have that other reflection right in the middle look nice. And you know, I could still see a piece of the bed right there. So I was trying to spot remove some of the bedding down there, and it's not working out very well for me, but
I got you.
yeah, sure,
I like to use that burn, like the blackout brush
Yes.
on that spot right there. Like that's what I would do. I'm just
yeah,
throwing it out there.
the tip.
Did you just say just the tip?
Yes, that's exactly what I said. That's the tip of the brush here.
Nice. All right, Tanya, are you done?
Yeah.
All right. So everybody's done. Raise your hands. We're all done. All right.
And I'm still spotlighting.
So Ray's still sharing his screen and he's still editing, but we're
Oh wait,
we're
time,
just gonna
time up?
we're just gonna say time's up. How about that?
Fine. Time's up.
All right. So very nice, very nice. And which one did you say you ended up with? Was this pastel or modern?
Pastel.
Pastel. Okay, cool. All right, Tanya, let's see what you finished up with. I liked where you were going with yours.
So I did not use a preset. Is that cool? Like I just used the tool. Sorry, I
Blasphemy.
use Visual Flow tools, but
-20.
I
Minus
just
20.
have didn't have enough time to throw on a preset.
You're good. Go ahead and
That's
share your
literally
screen.
step one.
Yeah, I don't understand that, Tanya. That doesn't make sense.
I guess
That's cool
we'll
though.
forgive you though.
That's cool though.
So
I'm liking
I
this.
used out, I'm loving that burnout brush. So I just burned everything out and made sure that I kept the highlighted parts of him. Should I throw on a preset now? Should we do that?
Just leave it as is.
I don't think you need it.
I think you're good.
So before and cropped it in after.
Dang,
Nice.
that's cool.
Very, very cool. All right. Who wants to go next? Not everybody jump at once.
I can go.
Go for it.
Okay. So I used brush again, HDR natural as to start with, and then I just did a lot of touch and burn again. I did leave a little bit of detail on all the messy room, and I like the colors here. It's complementary to the red, and I kind of like seeing a little bit of detail in the room just for context of the image. And the crop wasn't too harsh, just to be able to see the three of them or the reflections in it. It was actually a simple one. Just it's one of those times when the preset works very well on its own.
I love that edit. Looks really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Before and after.
Great tones. All right, Pi.
Let's do this. Let's see here. All right, so here is the original. I went for crushed black and white, and then I lifted the bottom just to create a little matte on the curve. Burned kind of around everything, and then used a quick dot just on his reflections. And then I add a little bit of film grain. I thought it looked cool with a little bit of film grain. So if you zoom in, there's kind of a nice subtle amount of film grain, kind of adding a little texture to the image. But this is the before. I also went with a 16:9 crop. This is the after. Before, after. Pretty simple.
Awesome.
Cool.
Very nice. All right, Joss.
Okay.
And then after this one, we're gonna skip around and try and hit 2 or 3 more photos. I know we've been going for a little while.
Okay, so here's my before, obviously. And here's my after. I used the crush black and white. I first hit the V command just to make sure I wanted to go black and white. But I immediately went over to the Visual Flow tools and went down and added some detailed double plus landscape. So you add a little bit of sharpness to the groom. And then I hit a brush, and I did 2 brushes. The first brush I did was his highlights were a little bit blown out, so I burned down the highlights. And then I went and hit another brush, another new brush, and then dodged the highlights for his face in different areas so that your eye would, his images would pop out more. Then I hit another brush, the Burn Blackout brush, and I actually blacked out that pillow on the left-hand side of his, or the right side of his leg in the print prominent photo of him. I almost burned out the detail on the desk itself, but then I decided that's kind of adding to the story, and that's kind of where your eye goes to initially. So I kind of want to leave that in there while also burning out or blacking out on the right-hand side of the screen some of the detail over there so it wouldn't become a distraction. I also did crop in a little bit. I left the left shoulder of his primary photo in there so there was definition of that white against the back wall. I always like leaving shoulders in, except for the one on the right hand side. So, and I think that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
So that's before and after.
I'm digging it. All of these look so different. It's awesome. Jason,
Yes. Let's see
I think
here.
you were last.
Okay, so here's mine. I did similar to Joss with my crop, just giving a little bit of detail here between his arm and the wall. Here is before, and then here is after. I used Crush Soft Light, and then I just did a good handful of brushes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish. So here's an idea of what they're doing.
Just a handful.
Before and after.
Just a handful.
So here's with them turned off and then turned on. Basically just trying to draw your attention to all three of the reflections while making sure that the main non-reflection is what your eyes initially drawn to, but you still notice the other two quite apparently. So yeah.
Love
Nice.
the contrasting colors.
Yep.
Always.
Jason said he didn't mind the bed. He gave some love to the bed and left it in. All right. So we are going to we're going to skip ahead and we're going to go to number 9. This photo is by Rob Hall. He's an all right.
That's
He's an
number
all right
11 on mine.
photographer. Is it number 11? Well, it's because you did virtual copies. Fool.
Oh, touche.
The gal in the water, right?
Yes.
The
Yep.
gal in the water. Got some nice reflections going on here.
The shot's
All right,
awesome.
so let's see. I'm gonna stop your screen there, and let's do this. Ready?
Hands up.
Hands up. Let's see how much time you get. Going back to the wheel. Oh man, really? Trying to speed things up in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Why don't you spin it again?
Spin it again. Watch it be 1 minute this time.
Right.
All right, you got 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
We'll roll with 3 minutes. All right, and any volunteers who wants to share? Let's see. Who haven't we heard from in a little while?
Ray's been so quiet.
Ray,
Can I-
yes, yes. Ray, you have been voluntold.
Voluntold.
Am I on mute right now?
All right, Ray, go ahead and share your screen whenever you're ready, and I will begin the stopwatch.
All right.
And all right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on here? All right. All right. So I'm gonna straighten this out. And you know what? I'm gonna go mood pack.
Ooh, there we go.
Boom. All right. Might
So for you,
exposure a little bit.
for those that don't know, the Mood Pack is also called the Northwest Pack currently, and it'll be released soon, right, Pi?
Not really. We just started testing, but okay.
No, I heard soon.
I heard soon too. I heard with him this week.
That's what I heard.
Definitely not. Nope. Don't believe anything that they're saying right now.
So I just quick dodge and lifted on her a little bit because I brought the exposure down. Probably gonna do a landscape top and bottom burn just to give it more mood.
Ray, you've got some fans in the comments that want you to put in a new sky with the moon and the Milky Way.
All right, hold on. I can probably do the moon.
Put her on the moon like she's sitting on the moon, and then just put the Milky Way in the background.
All right, and
All right,
I don't
we've
really
got
know
a
what
minute.
I'm gonna do to this.
We've got a minute and 10 seconds remaining. Let's see. That's pretty cool. Does anybody need another minute? Are you guys still editing?
I'd like another minute because it's a cool shot.
Okay.
Is that cool?
That's cool. We're just gonna sit here and watch Ray try to figure out something else to do.
Yeah, I feel like I'm done, but I'm gonna keep on going.
Yeah, break out some skin. Yeah, there you go.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna smoothen up the skin. Let's.
This was another A7R4 shot. If you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I can tell. Like right as soon as I zoomed in, geez, I have a A9, so I don't.
Yeah, anything over 24 megapixels is a little overkill for me.
Got 15 seconds.
No, Chad. No.
Yes, Pi. 5 seconds.
I'm just spending all my time taking out dots.
All right. And you're done. Hands up, Pi.
Bro.
Hands up.
Bro.
Uh-huh.
Bro.
Zoom back out real quick, Ray. Let's see your before and after, and then we're going to see what Pi is working with because we want to make sure he's not cheating right now.
I'm not. I'll hold my hands up. You're the worst.
All right, so started with the Mood West North Mood pack.
That's perfect. I love it.
And then brought down the exposure just a little bit more to give it more northwest and more mood. And then brushed in some quick dodge and lift on her skin. Did the same with the reflection. Did a landscape graduated burn landscape top and bottom. And then let's see, hit the alt or option and drag the exposure down a little bit more down there. And then I zoomed in and I did a smooth skin brush, or as much as I could with the 15 seconds I had.
Nice. All right, Pi. Let's see what you got.
My hands were up the whole time, bro. Bro.
That
You know, your camera can show us your hands. We can literally see you working.
My hands were up. You can rewind it. All right. So because we had a few questions on dark mode, I did a dark mode edit. So this is the original, and then I applied modern and then dark mode. Dark mode does a really good job of like she's already separated from the background and has highlights on her. So basically the whole premise is just to use if you go to the highlight or the basic panel, to use your highlights and whites to control the exposure on skin. So I can literally just use, that's not whites. I can just use whites and highlights to control her exposure. So that's kind of the premise. And I just undid that, I think. Yeah, there we go. And then I also did one thing that we always kind of forget about because it's all at the bottom. There's a really cool bokeh with autumn tone brush here. So what that does is it adds a little bit of softness, but then it also adds these tones to the image. So I kind of just swipe that over the image real quick. And it adds a really nice kind of bokeh tone. So here's the before and the after.
always bokeh brush, bokeh tones. I like it.
Oh, and I dodged a reflection a little bit.
Nice.
Oh, and I also painted her dress with a little bit of detail clothing enhancer.
Oh, anything else?
Oh, and I did this.
I was finishing up that when you cut me off.
Tanya, let's see what you came up with.
Right.
Oh, and he also used spot removal tool.
Okay,
I didn't though.
I just cropped mine in pretty tight. Did some smooth skin brush and a bokeh brush and the sun flare brush up here in the left-hand corner, just to kind of mimic where the light's coming from.
I like this edit a lot.
Yeah, that's a really cool crop. And the bokeh brush is now your favorite, isn't it?
Man, yes. 100%.
just apply on import.
Yeah. So Tanya, zoom in real quick on her face. Just like you've already cropped this image pretty substantially.
Yep.
And then like, look how sharp it still is.
And you're just on fill. Go to 1:1.
Yeah. There you go.
Still loading.
That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Yeah, 60 megapixels may be overkill, but it's pretty fun, right?
Yeah, my pinwheel's like freaking out.
All right, Jason, let's see what you came up with.
Alrighty.
By the way, Rob said he loves your crop, Tanya.
Rob's the best.
Okay, so here's mine. I have a base preset of modern soft light. And then I did a handful of gradients down here at the bottom to brighten her reflection up a little bit and then kind of change the colors of this sky reflection. Give some like magenta clouds with some blue sky over here. I spent the majority of my time just like zoomed in 1:1, getting rid of some of these little reflection. I think they're probably gnats flying around, but I took some of those out. And then I also used, it's a pack with developed called Tweaks and Leaks, and it's basically some flare overlays and stuff like that. And so that's what this is. You can see it here. You can like change the intensity of it, but I basically just overlaid that just a little bit, just to kind of add a little bit of interest over there in that corner.
That's cool.
Nice.
It's really cool.
Rob said he bought the R4 for the red autofocus point, not the megapixels. But Jason knows that struggle, but
the A9 has an update where you can change the color of that. So
I know that's what I was getting ready to say. Is us A9 users, we get best of both worlds. Awesome. I love the tones in that one, and I'm not gonna lie. I texted Rob and told him, I said, I bet Jason shifts the color of the water down at the bottom and the right hand side. Now I look smart.
Now I'm too predictable.
All right, so Lala, let's see what you came up with. By the way, if you guys don't follow Rob Paul on Instagram. He's got a really cool behind the scenes, I think, on his Instagram of that shot. He had like the light stand in the water, and now it's rusted.
Yeah, and you got to check out the one that he recently did with like the trees and stuff. Where I think it's the same model climbs up this big giant tree, which is awesome.
I have to go back and see how he got her to stand on the water. I know he was going to explain that.
She's just walking on water. All right, go ahead, Solali. I'm sorry.
I cropped in a little bit just to get rid of the tones that didn't match. Like I was trying to get rid of the blues. So the base preset is Crush again, but now it's backlight. And I loved how it worked here because it made the colors pop, but also enriched the shadows a lot. So this is like before and after.
Awesome. I'm really digging the differences in all these edits. All right. Joss, did you go?
I have not gone yet.
Next. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so that's before, and this will be after. And to tell you the truth, I kind of took a little bit extra time to explore the presets. And when I ran into the backlit modern Crush, or the modern backlit, it just all of a sudden, boom, popped for me. Because it really hit the skin tones for her. And it also draws texture and simplified the image altogether. Of course, I did crop in just a little bit to remove some of the glare at the bottom, leaving her face in there. But I also cropped in a way where I left the ripple in the water, and the same thing, I went in and cleaned up a lot of those bugs in the water. And then I went in and zoomed in, Command Plus, and hit another brush to smooth out her skin. And I was in the middle like Pi was. I hit the O for the overlay so I could get really precise to paint out the smoothness of her skin. And then I just simply brought a little bit of the green in the background, which I wasn't sure of, but I think it kind of adds a little bit of extra depth to the photo. And then slightly dodged out her reflection and added a slight detail pop to the overall image.
Split
Very
it.
So
nice.
there's the after, and here's the before.
Nice. So
Yeah, I was really impressed by that one preset. I just like bam,
yeah.
I did do really a
Josh,
whole lot. Simple is
Do
better.
you, Josh, when you're shooting, I'm just curious because I noticed you like to kind of do a little bit of a Dutch tilt kind of type effect in post. Do you shoot that way or do you crop that way?
No,
I bet.
I sometimes will shoot that way, but I like to leave a little bit of extra room to crop, so it gives me that
Okay.
option. So, like for example, even just like fingers and hands, and I like to
Right.
leave those in there as an option to crop in on. But I'm also highly aware of the horizon and gravity. So,
Right. Awesome. All right, Ray.
All right, my up.
Did you already share?
Yeah. I was.
Oh, my bad. Did everybody share? All right, cool. Okay, so now we are going to jump back to Cortland Wilson's photo real quick. It's going to be the mirror shot with the sunset in the background. And we're going to edit that one. And then if we have time, we're going to do the very last one, number 10. Let's see here. Let's see how much time we've got. All right. Finally, we get a short one. You're going to have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to edit this one. All right. So let's see. Pi, we haven't watched you edit in a while. So I want you to spotlight this one real quick. Let's see what you're doing.
Let's do it. Y'all
All
here?
right. You guys ready? And hands up real quick. In 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. I think this calls for crush. My only question is, should we do backlit? I think we'll do just soft light first. I'm going to go ahead and pull the exposure down a little bit for our subjects. And honestly, I think it's pretty much done. This is a really nicely shot image. I'm going to pull this down a little bit more for skin. And then we're going to go and do a little bit more background work. So let's go to sky and cloud. And this should kind of enhance everything. Let's see here. Computer's freaking out. Is that working?
Looks like it.
I can't see it on mine.
Nice.
Okay. And then I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do
Awesome.
a nature color.
Got 1 minute down, 1 to go. And I just wanted to give Rob a shout out again. He said, in regards to that last photo, he put a 3-foot table in the water that was just below the surface, and that's what she was standing on. So that's pretty cool.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
I'm just testing this real quick to see.
Rob, I must ask though, do you bring a 3-foot table everywhere you go when you go to shoots?
Every shoot, why wouldn't you?
All right, you got 30 seconds.
All right. I'm trying to get a little white balance adjustment in here if I can, but my computer's freaking out.
Me too. You're making my computer bad. I'm blaming Pi.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think if your computer's slow, then my computer's slow.
All right, you got 10 seconds. 10, 9,
All right.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
This honestly didn't need much.
1.
So if I reset this
All
out.
right.
Oh,
Hands
what?
up.
Okay.
Hands up.
Okay.
Hands up. Now you're good, Pi.
Okay. So this didn't need much. This was the before. This is the after. It's literally just crush with a little bit of enhancement to pull the blues and the skies, make them a little more exaggerated. But yeah, that's what I would go with. That's
Sweet.
it.
All right. Jason? Let's see if everybody can do a description that short.
So here's mine. Same thing, just visual flow, soft light, crush. And then I did a handful of brushes and gradients. My gradients are still open, so I'll close that. So here's before and after of the gradients. So no gradients. And gradients, just playing with the colors. And then I also have some brushes in here to kind of bring in some of these, keep these warm tones a little bit more saturated and a little bit warmer. So I played around with just white balance and stuff like that. So that's it.
Did all that in 2 minutes. I like it.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go, Ray.
All right. Let's see here. So didn't do much either. Just Crush, Crush HDR, I believe, and then did a Radial Burn with Nature Color, and I think that was literally it.
Nice, nice. Tanya, let's see what you got. Did you use a bokeh brush?
Not on this one.
Dang it, Tanya.
Should have.
Broke the streak.
So cropped it. I noticed her hair was red, so I actually used the red lipstick tool on her hair.
Nice.
And so just brought in the red from the lipstick tool and a couple gradients, throw some coloring in there, and that's it. Great photo.
I've never seen the
Nice.
lipstick tool used that way. That's genius.
Not gonna lie, it's pretty sweet. So Lally?
And so same process, Tanya, just to place them in the middle and darken everything a little bit, so just to make those colors pop. And the base preset is again Crush, my favorite HD or natural. And this is the before, and that's the after.
Nice. Love the blacks in that one.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
All right. Josh, no H, no radial filter. Go.
H.
All right.
Are we seeing it?
Not yet. There we are.
Okay.
Sweet.
So obviously before and after.
Ooh.
Gosh, you know, that Crush HDR, I just immediately was drawn to the red hair, and I think I have a feeling that she loves her red hair, and I love how red just immediately makes your eye go right to that spot, the emotion. And then I just used 2 brushes to cool extra. I was the complementary colors of the blue and the warm, so I made the blue with a brush, and then a warm with a brush in the sky. I took some time to heal out that extra little flare in the middle there, because I felt that was a distraction. And then I finally topped it off with a decrush on the skin. And that was pretty much it. I might have gone into Photoshop at some point, probably to maybe give a little bit more curve to her neck. That would have been about it, though.
Right on. Yeah, I love how everybody basically used Crush to make all those colors pop. And love what you did with the red hair there, like Tanya. Awesome. Well, if you guys are up for it, we've got one more, number 10. It's one that I sent over. If you guys want to edit that one and rip it to shreds.
Oh, heck yeah.
Rip it to shreds.
Definitely want to edit this one.
All right. Do you guys want to do a timer, or do you want to just do it for 5 minutes?
Which one is this? The last one?
Last one.
What if we did 1 minute?
Whoa.
Do it.
The first thing I'm going to do is hit U for unflag.
Oh, all right. Let's do it. You got
1
minute. And here's what we're going to do. Who hasn't been spotlighted in a while?
Tanya.
Tanya, the pressure's on. You've got 1 minute.
1 minute. All right.
And go ahead and pull it up. Everybody's hands up real quick before you get started. All right. You ready? So we're going to go 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm bringing up the reduce saturation tool to desaturate them a little bit. Gonna crop it in. Get rid of the brick building and that outlet, and probably just throw on a preset. Let's have a look. Crush, soft light, hard light. Let's do flash. And darken everything around the couple.
All right, coming up less than a minute. My stopwatch glitched out, so that's not good.
Less than a minute. We started with less than a minute. What the heck?
I know, that's why I said my stopwatch. All right, another 15 seconds. Let's just go 15 seconds from now. 14.
Come on,
seconds.
computer.
7 seconds.
Jeez.
5 seconds. 3, 2,
Boom.
1, and hands up. Raise them in the air. All right. Great job, Tanya. You want to click that before and after one more time? Cool.
There's the before, and there's the after.
Tanya, no likey the tilty.
No likey the tilt. We'll have to-
All right. Love it. Okay. Jason, let's see what you got.
Okay, share. You see?
I see.
Okay,
Sir.
so the first thing I did was apply Visual Flow Soft Light, and then I used the spot removal tool to get rid of the little electrical box down here in the corner, and then I used a gradient from the left side to kind of darken down the flash spill that was on this brick wall, another gradient to darken down the pavement down here, and then another gradient to darken down the sky. But on the sky one, I add a little bit of a blue shift to the white balance, and that was it. And then a little bit of a
Awesome.
white balance adjustment to just the overall for their skin tones.
Awesome. Cool deal. Pi, let's see what you got.
You got it. Let's see here. Share.
Someone just called you out in the comments. They said you were still editing.
I ain't still editing, bro. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what I was doing. I was making an improvement on Chad's image. So I started with just blacking it out because I hated it. I was like, this is the worst image ever. No, but seriously, it was a cool image. Here's the original. All I did was crush HDR. I dropped a radial filter onto them, the Radial Burn, and then I cloned out that little thing on the side. I also put in a graduated filter right here that just pulls down the exposure from the side and also reduce the saturation of the red wall because it was a little bit jumpy. But that was it.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, Joss. Let's see what you got.
I love Luis calling me out. I was doing my black edit, Luis. Come on.
All right, Josh, you good?
All right.
There we go.
Okay, so before and after, I was trying to figure out the crop, and I didn't get the crop right, and I spent too much time on the crop, and I still didn't get it. But I did go to the stoplight, and if I had more time, I would have brought out the sky a little bit more. I would have darkened the wall so there's not such a brightness there, and eliminated the plug or that white plug down there. Probably would have brought a little bit more detail to the leading lines coming into the couple there, with dodging and adding some of the more detail to that. I might have explored a radial burn a little bit more too. So I got it. Yeah, it's a good start, but I think a little bit more time would have done a lot better.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, Ray.
All right. Let's see. So I was just like Joss. Like I wasted a lot of time trying to figure out how to crop the little parking lot here, and also the bright brick wall over here, and it didn't occur to me I could have just burned that down like everybody else did. But I couldn't really crop it because I didn't want to lose the cinema, and I don't want to lose these cool film reels on the rail here. So I just went back and I did Crush. I think it was Crush HDR. Actually, no, I did Crush Backlight because I crushed it, brought down the blacks, and then I brushed quick dodge and lift over the couple, and then I think I did a nature color radial, and then like the last 5 seconds I did like a Hail Mary gradient, sky gradient on the sky over there. And
Awesome.
That's before, after. I just realized I didn't do any before afters on any of my edits for you guys. So before, after.
It's all good. All right, Tanya.
What's up?
She's like, what are you doing?
What's going on?
What do you need from me?
What?
Okay, it's me.
The pregnancy brain is
Somebody
fully kicked in.
Yeah, somebody share. Whoever's next.
Okay, so I used pastel. I like doing this with other people's photos because I normally don't get to use different tones on images. And I just used a bunch of gradients as Jason just to darken a little bit each side or each corner of the photo, but I definitely wanted detail also on the sign and the reel here. So pastel worked really well for the skin tones when you're in a rush and because it was a little bit orangey. And that was it. So here's a before and after, side by side. Oh, and clone the thingy.
Awesome. All right. So was that everybody?
Yes.
All done. Sweet. Man, that was fun. I love seeing all the different styles of editing just from you guys, and every photo had a slightly different take from all of you, whether it was just the cropping or the tones, color shifting, the bokeh brushes, whatever. And that's what's so cool about these videos, where we can get you all together and do this. So thank you for joining us. And if you guys have any comments or questions or anything like that for any of these guys, drop them. Now is your chance. So drop them down in the comments, and we'll hang out here for just a couple minutes and we'll wrap things up. But anything you guys want to say? Any insights? I think what we did last time is I went around the table and just had each one of you kind of give a quick tip on editing or what you're looking for in photos or life. If you got a life tip, throw it out there. But we'll go around here and do that. So whoever, Lali, let's start with you. If you had a tip or a trick or anything like that you want to say.
Well, I guess just to play a lot with the presets because they all work very differently, but some of them will give you a look that you might not had in mind, and now your images will pop and look amazing with them. Like I'm just discovering this while we're doing this exercise with some other presets that I wouldn't apply to my work. So what I've been doing during this time is just to take photos for the sake of having fun and using some different presets on them. And it's been great because I've been using the same colors and tones for like 15 years. So this has been a good exercise for me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We love seeing your take on the edits, and glad that you were playing around with the pastel pack, even though you said you usually don't. So that was kind of cool to see. And that's one thing I would say is, stepping out of your like comfort zone with editing is something that I would always recommend, is play around with different packs, different brushes, whatever it may be that you normally don't use, and just see how it, affects your images. Jason, do you have something to say?
I think my biggest thing is just making sure that my attention is always being drawn to a subject. So whether that's playing with luminosity, exposure, color, things like that. And so that's always the main goal, is to make sure that I see what the subject of the image is and see how I can make sure that whenever someone first pulls up that image, their eye is instantly drawn to that subject, and then figuring out how I can support everything else in the image.
Very nice. All right, Ray, you got any tips?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same one that Silali did, where you experiment with everything, but also just piggybacking off also what Jason was saying, the make sure you're getting drawn into the subjects and the emotion, and also that you're not leaving out any like storytelling elements in the scene. I remember there was that one image you were doing with the groom's reflection in the mirror. And a lot of us were cropping in, trying to get rid of like the messy bed and everything. And I think Joss brought it up. You didn't want to get rid of the story on the desk there. And I really did like the little shot glass he had on there. With a little bit of liquor in there. It kind of really added to the story. So just making sure you're not taking away from the story either in the image.
Right. Tanya, anything you want to say?
Yeah, if you're on the fence about getting the pack of the visual flow presets plus the tools, definitely go for the tools. Ever since I started using those, it's just made my life so much easier. And I think just playing around with them, familiarizing yourself with those tools is going to help a lot with the workflow. And I love just seeing like what Pi, Ray, all of you guys did with things that I'd never tried before. So super stoked to keep trying out different tools.
Right on. Yeah, you learned that the bokeh brush, right?
Right.
I'll start using.
All right, Joss.
Well, I got something completely different here.
He's going live
Chad,
chat.
there was
he's
a
going
comment.
live.
There was a comment, Chad, in the feed for promoting this whole thing, and it was something about you were going to be dressed up. So I was like, okay, I thought everyone was going to be wearing costumes. So I guess I'm going to go down the route of giving a life tip. And actually, I didn't dress up, but I have a photo of the way Tree and I were dressed up for Halloween, and I wanted to share with it. And then I was going to share with you what it meant. So I'm going to share my screen here. Is that okay?
Go for it. Let's see it. I never said I was going to dress up. I said I have dressed up in the past.
So I dressed. I dressed. Can you everyone see that?
Not yet.
Nope, we can just see you.
You can just see me. Okay.
There you go.
So I dressed up as Rilke, the one of the most profound poets of all history. He wrote 400 poems, and he was born in 1875 and lived till he was 1926. So he was 51 when he died. But in regards to the pandemic, one of his poems speaks aloud to me, and it's a pretty dark, powerful poem. It goes like this. It says, extinguish my eyes, I'll go on seeing you. Seal my ears, I'll go on hearing you. Without feet, I can make my way to you. Without a mouth, I can swear your name. Break off my arms, and I'll take hold of you with my heart as with a hand. Stop my heart, and my brain will start to beat. And if you consume my brain with fire, I'll feel you burn in every drop of my blood.
Nice.
Pretty intense. But the feeling of that is so profound as far as how we're going inward these days, and how there's such a need for community and kind of going. This is just his poem to God, actually.
Right.
Anyway, I thought I'd share something different. So there you go.
Well, we knew you were going to go live as soon as I said that, so it's okay. had to hit us with something heavy there. So yeah. So I'm going to hit you with something.
I love it. Thanks, Joss.
Since you say
Ooh, yes.
you were hoping that I would dress up.
Yeah, baby.
This is a throwback. So what inspired us to do these editing wars was it's actually like Trevor Daly and Magmod. We did one right around when this pandemic first hit. We did editing wars, and we were like in secret behind his back plotting to all dress up and surprise him, because that was right when Tiger King was a big thing. So we hit him up with the Tiger King. Marlise Hartman was Carol Baskins.
Yeah.
And Tanya was in there, and we had some fun with it, but just had to throw that in there. All right. So Ray, Pi, I don't think you can follow up. I don't know how you're going to follow up Joss, but you're spotlighted now. So
and
you
then
got
the Tiger King. What am I supposed to do? You know, I was gonna kind of piggyback on Sitlali's comment of just right now is you might not be working with clients as much as you want to, but it's such a great time to get out and just shoot, like get out and shoot for yourself, and to be trying new things and to be posting in the communities and to create. Like, to be honest, it's the only thing that I feel like for me, there's two things that keep my head above water. And one is waking up each day and looking to create something first thing. And then exercise. Those are the only two things that like really kind of have helped me through this whole thing. And through the process of creating, you naturally have things to share with the community, and you have things to kind of talk about and try out. And so it's one of those things that leads to, I think, each of the, I don't know, the sense of community and all the other things that really help to kind of feel a little more connected right now.
Awesome.
Can
And
we
you
plug
like
his
to
TikTok real quick?
What's
go
that?
for it.
I said, can we plug his TikTok real quick? Because if you're looking to do cool stuff with your iPhone and you just have an iPhone, that's a camera. Go out and shoot. Look at what Pi's doing. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Sure.
just show short, simple kind of exercises of just literally just that, getting out and creating regardless of what you have. And so I'm trying to just use the iPhone to show it can be with anything.
Right on. You also start the day with what, a cold shower and a cold glass of water? Is that right?
I do. Cold shower and a cold 8-ounce glass of water.
Wakes you up.
Works
Wakes you
well.
up. Awesome. Anybody else have anything, last words, any comments? We've got James Nick said, great job, everyone. He loves seeing this kind of stuff. Louis said, love this. Now he wants to buy a modern. Modern is awesome. Love the modern pack. That's kind of my base preset pack. And Tanya said, don't forget that tools pack. So, and James wants me to sing the Tiger King song. It's not happening this time. I'm not in character, not in the mood.
Hey, thanks, Chad, for your time, man. Thanks for hosting the whole
Yeah.
thing. And thank you
you.
guys
Thank you
for all
guys.
being a part.
Yeah, good seeing
Thank you.
everybody.
Awesome to see everybody.
Yep. All right, guys.
All right.
Y'all have a great rest of your day and stay safe out there. And I just shared the wrong graphic. So we're going to end on Tiger King. All right.